Hi YouTube, it's Jade. I'm sorry if you can't really see me because there's a big window behind me, but I wanted to share with everybody the still that we are building. We are about ready to go back into our side yard, and I'll show you the still. We're actually about ready to try to extract oil from some cilantro. We decided to do cilantro first because cilantro is so cheap, and fingers crossed, hoping that it works. Anyway, so let's go this way through the house. Hurry! Because I have a camera. I'm recording.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh, I got you.
Don't let him. Just hang on to him. He can come with us. Okay, so we got to go into the backyard, the side yard.
Wheel trip.
And this is pretty much the setup we have. You want to explain it? Oh, wait.
Yeah, Dad.
The lighting.
We got our heat source down here, which it is using a burner off a turkey fryer.
And it's connected to a propane
And
tank.
it's connected to a propane tank. Of course, safety first, make sure you keep that propane tank away from your flame. Right here
Trev.
is a fractioning tube, which the steam comes up through here with bringing the oil and the water vapor out through this into our condenser, which is gonna get cooled by the ice and water in this bucket, condensing the vapor back into liquid. And if this oil water separator works the way I want it to, then the oils that are going to be on the top of the water should come out the one tube and into the little jar, and then the hydrosol will come out into the measuring cup there. And I got some steel mesh, made a basket that's going to keep it above our water so it's not getting boiled, but it's going to let the steam run through this cilantro, which we figured for a test run we'd do cilantro first since it's cheap. Because you get like 3 bunches for 99 cents at a grocery store, and 3 bunches is probably about a
Can you get
pounder.
that hose off my flowers?
But the cilantro is probably about I'd say 3 bunches is about a pound, pound and a half. So you like 3 to 4 bunches. Right now I think I've got about 3 to 4 bunches of cilantro stuffed into that. So essentially right now I'm letting my water get to where it's going to build steam, because you essentially only want it to be just before boiling so that the steam will start to come up, because the oils in have a lower boiling point than water, so your oil's going to start vaporizing before this water actually gets to the point where it's steaming. So then when that water vapor happens, it takes that oil vapor up into the fractioning tube, out through there, it goes through the condenser, cools down, and condenses it back into liquid, and then hopefully, like I said, the oil water separator that I got there is gonna be feasible. But I won't know until it actually starts to pump out some stuff.
Alright, well, I'm to be continued until it's time to put the herbs in the tank. Oops. Okay, we're back.
Alright, we're starting to get some steam. You can see the steam kind of coming up through here, through our plant material. So I'm going to go ahead and close our still up here. Got that closed. Gonna connect to our condenser here, which, as we said before, the condenser is got a bucket full of ice in there. And since I used a pressure cooker, that it's going to have this, and this thing here is going to look like there's some steam escaping, and all that is just once it builds up enough pressure, it pops those things up, and then that's going to prevent the steam from really escaping anywhere except through here. Basically, That's just like a pressure cooker safety thing, so that when you regulate the pressure and whatnot. Because where I got this attached at is where there was a pressure regulator, but since it's going to be going through here, we don't really need that because it's not going to have any pressure buildup. It's just going to be steam escaping through there. And right now, this copper tubing right here is already starting to get cold from the ice, which is good because that's what we want. And if later on, you know, some of this ice is going to melt, but that's no big deal because that's just going to help keep it cold. So right now, we just got to give it time for the steam to start working its way through. And then once it works its way through the fractioning tube and into here, it's going to start letting hydrosol out of that part.
Out of the part with the measuring cup.
Uh-huh.
And the essential oil is going to be going into the small baby food jar.
It's, yeah, in theory.
In theory, if this works.
If this oil water separator works, then yeah. That's
Otherwise, we're going to have to do a little bit of revising. So we
a
have
nice little layer of oil.
hydrosol dripping out into the measuring cup. And I'm not sure if it'll show up on camera, but there's oil definitely. Okay, I'm trying to, it's gonna blur. Let me try to focus it a little better. But there's actually oil floating on top, and it smells wonderful. We're gonna have to rig something up a little bit different for this top one in order for the oil to separate down into this baby food jar. But it's definitely separating, and there's definitely oil on top of the hydrosol. And there's hydrosol in here. I'd say we probably have about a tablespoon, maybe tablespoon and a half of pure oil. And that's what we have so far.